It's the 4A quarterfinals on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. A couple of views in Smithfield. Skyview hosting Pineview. Pineview coming from all the way down in the St. George area to the northernmost high school in Utah. A little bit of a damp, cold day here. See if that bothers the visitors. Probably not. We've seen the Pineview team earlier this season against Green Canyon. They put 69 points on the board. They can score the football, the #1 offense in 4A. On the other side of the ledger, the Skyview Bobcats are the #1 defense in 4A. They only give up 13 points per game. One thing that's different with Pineview, they made a quarterback change a few games ago. Not the quarterback we saw early against Green Canyon, and that really gave their offense a boost. So that's kind of a new spin on these Pineview Panthers. The Skyview Bobcats, they just keep on rolling with what they've got. It should be a great one here tonight in Smithfield. Stick around for the Game of the Week.
Why leave to go to that indoor cycling class when the ProForm TDF can bring the best indoor cycling class to you?
Are you ready? Let's do this!
Introducing the ProForm TDF. It's the most exciting indoor cycling experience ever, and it's right from home. With the ProForm TDF, you can join live, studio, and on-demand classes with all the ups and downs and everything in between. It's an immersive experience you just gotta feel to believe. The TDF comes with iFit, powered by Google Maps, so day or night you can log on, pick the classes you want, and join in. The world's best coaches will be there to give you a rockin' workout. It's never been so much fun to get in shape. You can even bring your friends along for the ride. Plus, with an amazing extra-large interactive touchscreen, it's just like being there, only better. No other bike can do this, and it's right here waiting for you. Only on the ProForm TDF. Right now, you can have the ProForm TDF in your home for less than the cost of joining a spin class. Go to proform.com today to get the TDF for $0 down plus free shipping.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital. Together, we're greater. Lewiston State Bank. Strong and vibrant for over a century. Cache Valley Electric. A tradition of excellence since 1915. New Smile Dental. Experience dental care. Camp Chef. The way to cook outdoors. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you've been missing. LSS Insurance, Bob Larson. Personalized insurance coverage for your family and business. The Book Table, your family store for books, music, toys, art, and much more. Planet Fitness of Logan. No gym intimidation and only $10 a month. Aspen Dental. Get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. The Logo Shop. We logo stuff. All kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station for over 25 years. Well, here we go. Let's see, what are we at now? 10-0, and looking for 11, no pressure. Pineview, a very good team coming in here today to face you in the quarterfinals, and we were talking before this interview, a lot of offense coming from down south there.
Well, absolutely. They're very good offensively. They have a great running back and quarterback now. They made a quarterback switch halfway through the season, and the kid that's playing quarterback now is, makes a lot of plays with his feet. So, yeah, a lot of offense, but I wouldn't sleep on that defense either. They're stout, they're big, and they win a lot of games for them.
I think they have the 4th-ranked defense in 4A. You have the 4th-ranked offense in 4A. They've got the #1 offense. You have the #1 defense. So it'll be interesting to see how this rolls. You're an old defensive guy, and you and I have talked. You know that I've been really impressed with your defense this year. I mean, when the D meets the O, one of them's got to give, right? What do you think about your D tonight?
Well, I like where we are. We match up well with them, but the cliches are cliches for a reason. You got to win championships on defense, and it's got to come through defense some way or the other. At some point tonight, we're going to have to make a stand. We're going to have to make a play, and if we could tackle these guys and rally the ball, I think we'll be okay.
All right, Coach. Good luck tonight. Congratulations so far on a great season. Hope it keeps going.
Thank you. We hope we're talking next week, right? All right. Thank you.
Well, one of the southernmost schools in the state coming to the northernmost school in the state. It's a long drive, but what you do for the playoffs, guys are probably excited, and you're making that scoreboard look like a slot machine, putting up points.
You know what? We've been lucky. We've got a couple good turnovers early in the game against some good teams, and our offense has been able to move the ball quite well. But this is a whole different group right here. This is a good team. I came up during UEA to watch them play against Ridgeline, and I was impressed. The quarterback does a great job. Running back is tough. O-line's great. Defensively, they fly around to the ball, and so you look for a weak link, and this team doesn't have one. But when you get this far in the playoffs, you know, you start to see the teams have less and less of the weak links.
I want to talk about your running back a little bit. Mapungi, Jacob, that kid is, I'm trying to decide who he reminds me of. Shifty, hard to bring down, but not because he's huge, but man, you give him a little space, boy, he's a killer.
He is. You know what? He's explosive. He goes hard, and you know, we have to convince him to step out of bounds every once in a while because he always wants to lower the shoulder, but we need him a lot of times to go both ways for us. Tonight, you know, he'll probably be in that same situation where he'll go both ways a little bit, you know, to cover up some of their good receivers. So
really quickly, I mentioned at the first, you know, it's a long trip. How do you prepare a bunch of teenage kids for an out-of-town trip or things like this?
You know what, we do it early in the year. You know, we came up and played Green Canyon early in the year with that in mind of the, you know, you're going to have to travel in the playoffs, and with the new regions and the alignments the way they are, you're going to travel far. So we knew we'd probably wind up coming up here or even to Stansbury, which isn't around the corner, you know, so we thought it would be in one of those areas, and so we like to travel early and you let the kids know how it is.
All right, good luck, Coach.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Say the word base. Say the word mess.
They would tell me something and I'd say, huh? And then they'd tell me again and I'd say, huh? And they'd say, never mind. And so I called and made an appointment.
Say the word pass.
He's a PhD, and I know what it takes to get a PhD.
Say the word red.
It was like night and day. And then the hearing test was the thing that I thought, wow, he really knows what he's doing. I would recommend Dr. Daines to anybody, everybody.
Hello everyone and welcome to Skyview High School in Smithfield, where tonight on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel, it's a playoff edition. The quarterfinals is the Bobcats of Skyview hosting Pineview. The Pineview team coming from St. George, the #1 offense in 4A against the #1 defense in 4A. Should be a good one here this afternoon. I'm Eric Olson with you again, as I have been all season long, and these two teams getting set to kick off. We're just about a minute away from kickoff here in Smithfield. You take a look at these two teams, first for visiting Pineview. 6 years straight in the playoffs. They lost literally on the last play of the game last year in the 3AA title game to lose that ball game. They had a chance and were unable to get the job done. Lost on the last play of the ball game. They're 6 straight years in the playoffs as an organization, as a school, I should say. They're 25-25 in the playoffs. They're the second seeded team out of Region 9, #5 in 4A against the #1 Skyview Bobcats. The Bobcats will get the ball first. As Pineview is set to kick off. This one's going to go deep into the end zone. Good kick by Connor Brooksby, one of the top kickers in the state. This is a Pineview team we saw earlier this season right here on the Valley Channel as Green Canyon opened up play with their first ever football game against Pineview. Pineview won that game. Well, they won it by a lot. They put 69 points on the board, gave up 21 to Green Canyon, but a 69-21 win for Pineview. Skyview comes out with Sidaway in the backfield. Stokes joins him. Stokes nearly 5 yards a carry 707 yards on the season. Sidaway's going to put the ball in the air. He finds Lundahl. Lundahl slips as he tries to get upfield, and he can't really get a head of steam going. He picks up about 3.
Gain 3 on the play, 2nd and 7 for the Bobcats.
The Bobcat offense looks to the sideline. Multiple coaches giving signals out there. Perry Christensen, the offensive coordinator, as Tanner Stokes replaces Cole Stokes in the backfield. Tanner Stokes averaging 10 yards a carry. They're sneaking up. Here comes Stokes. Stokes slipping through, first down and more as he comes across the 35-yard line, just about to the 36, 13 yards, and a first down for the Bobcats.
Stop by number 36, Jacob Worthington. Gain of 12 on the play. That results in a Skyview.
Skyview 13 and 25 all time in the playoffs. They're number 1 in 4A and the highest ranked 4A team in the all classifications category at number 8. The pitch a little bit low, but Stokes scoops it up, turns the corner, hops out of bounds after a gain of 12. I believe that was Tanner Stokes.
Option number 1, Tanner Stokes.
Tanner Stokes, 2 carries, 25 yards. He mentioned before his first carry that he averages 10 yards a tote. And just like that, the Bobcats are near midfield. Sidaway fakes, looks at the slant, it's not there, so now he turns and throws back across his body and has a man. In Pineview territory, down to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 22. Sidaway keeping the play alive, and I believe that he found Mason Falslev with it.
Gain of 21 on the play, and that results in another Skyview.
So the Bobcats come out firing. 2 by 2 on the receivers as they spread out the defense. Stokes up the gut, picks up 5. That's Cole Stokes.
21, Cole Stokes. Stop by number 66.
Skyview's got those new unis. They're really sharp looking, but hard to see the numbers from clear up here. Have to look for other distinguishing marks on some of these players. So if it's a minute before I'm trying to decide who caught a pass or whatever, just making sure we know who it is. They're going to fake the give to Stokes. Underneath, Dean with the catch. Inside the 20-yard line down to about the 19. And it's a first down.
Number 4, Cody Wilson.
No, it's Wilson.
27 on the play. Results in another Skyview. Wilson dropped down by number 17, Samson Doyle.
2 minutes and 3 seconds into this ball game, and the Bobcats are on the Pineview 18-yard line. 3 wide to the far side, 4 with Stokes going out there in motion. Didn't get the block he needed, and he's caught in the backfield. One of those 3 receivers out there didn't hold his block, and the defensive back for Pineview ringing up a loss for the Bobcats. 5-yard loss for Stokes.
Loss of 4 on the play. 2nd and 14 for the Bobcats.
If your receivers make those blocks and hold those blocks out there on those screens like that, they can really turn into big plays. The offense has to win their one-on-one battles, or then you get behind schedule. Here's the inside give to Stokes. Tanner Stokes looking for a hole, finds running room down near the original line of scrimmage. He picked up 4 of the 5 that he lost. It's 3rd down.
Right down by number 55, Rapini Katoa. 3rd and 11.
Katoa with the tackle. He's the leading tackler for this Pineview team. Eight and a half to play in the first period. No score. First possession of the game. Pineview flinched but didn't come across.
Now they're going to go 2 by 2 again with those wide receivers. 3rd and 11. And Skyview wants a timeout. They're trying to get a few yards back, maybe get Pineview off sides. It didn't happen, and now a timeout is 3rd down and 11 coming up. The 4th best offense in 4A right here on the field, 36.7 points per game in Skyview. On the other side, Pineview is the #1 offense. They score 39 points per game. Pineview's got the #4 defense. They give up 16 a game. Skyview's got the #1 offense. They give up 13 a game. So, you know, this ball game might end up being 16-13. We'll see. For the Bobcats, 54 years, 26 playoff appearances, 8 region titles, 7 straight trips to the playoffs. It's a pretty good resume for a pretty healthy tradition out here in Smithfield. 8:20 to play in the first period. No score. The opening drive of the ball game, and the Bobcats are at the 19 of Pineview. Sidaway looking for the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Looks like Falslip. 19 yards and a score. Cole Stokes on for the PAT. Stokes punches it through. It's 7-0 Skyview. 8:14 to play in the first period.
When I finally got tired of playing through knee pain, I went to a surgeon I'd heard good things about. Best choice I ever made. My doctor was great, but so was the hospital. They presented me with all of my options, and they took time to help me make decisions. That's the way it should be. That's what led to this moment. And that look on Phil's face.
Before your moment of truth, choose a health plan that partners with the Mountain Star Healthcare Network.
Not bigger, just better.
80 yards in just under 4 minutes for the Skyview Bobcats, and they lead 7-0 as they get set to kick off.
On the kick for the Bobcats, number 83, Jorge Catino. Back deep for Pineview. Number 3, Michael Moten. Number 17, Samson Doyle.
Moten and Doyle back to receive. It looks like it's going to be Moten, and he catches it in the end zone until Pineview will start at their own 20, led by Dallin Brown. A change was made at quarterback a few games ago. When we look at Pineview, they lost back-to-back games to Snow Canyon and Dixie. Following those losses, they made a few changes with the offense. They outscored their opponents 216 to 38 since then. And Jacob Mpungi, number 6, in the backfield behind the quarterback. He is a ball player. They're going to give to Mpungi. Mpungi caught at the line of scrimmage. No gain. I'll give you the resume for Mpungi. 1,366 yards. You heard me right. 11 games, 1,366 yards. 7.2 yards per carry. 18 touchdowns on the ground for number 6. Brown and Mpungi together in the backfield, a tight 2-by formation. Moten goes in motion. They pitch it out to Mpungi, trying to get him to the edge. One thing that makes this Skyview defense exceptional is that they can go side to side with as much authority as they can move forward.
First out of bounds by number 7.
A 2-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down
Gain of 1 on the play.
for Pineview.
For the Panthers.
Moten is the Panthers' leading receiver, 518 yards and 6 touchdowns. He's number 3. He's in the slot to this near side. And Pungi in the backfield. Brown's going to fake it to him and keep. Nothing there. He picks up yardage up to about the 25, so he does gain 3. It's going to be 4th down and 5, and Pineview will have to punt. And Brown comes out of the pile, favoring his right knee.
For the Panthers.
He walked off the field under his own power.
Back 8 for the Bobcats. Number 1, Tanner Stokes. Number 24, Ryder Lundahl.
High, short kick. Heck, that kick only ends up going 20 yards, 21 where it dies. And the Bobcats in great field position at the Pineview 46-yard line. Already leading 7-0 with 6:41 to play here in this first period. Skyview looking to move on to the turf of Rice Eccles next week. The wind was blowing earlier, and last night it's calm now. Low gray clouds and the occasional raindrop. But the rain of earlier today is moved aside for now. We'll see if we get some a little bit later. Sidaway steps forward and changes the play. Sidaway's going to keep. Bounces outside, in the air, and a pickup of 6.
Sidaway on the keeper. Brought down by number 34. Brennan Bickler.
Tanner Stokes is your running back out there. We've seen a lot of Tanner Stokes. It's usually Cole Stokes carrying the load, but here in the early going, we've seen a lot of Tanner Stokes. Tanner Stokes out of the backfield. See if they run some sort of wheel route to him. He's sitting down in the flat. Sidaway rolls that direction. Tucks, runs, steps out of bounds. And it looks like he's going to have enough yardage for the first down.
First out of bounds for number 17, Samson Doyle.
6 yards and a first down for Sidaway.
Gain 5 on the play. That results in the Skyview.
Sidaway's rushed for 327 yards this season, 5.5 per carry. Well, he's at 6 per carry right now, 2 carries, 12 yards. And the Bobcats move the chains, already leading 7-0 with just under 6 minutes to play in the first period. Dershinsky wide to the top of your screen. Lundahl goes in motion. They're going to run the option. Pitch it out to Stokes. Stokes has some running room. Upended after about a gain of 8.
Tanner Stokes in the option. Brought down by number 9, Justin Allen. Gain of 7 on the play. 2nd and 3 for the Bobcats.
You respot that ball, it's 7 that he gains, so it's 2nd down and 3. So the Bobcats staying ahead of schedule as Stokes goes to the sidelines, Tanner Stokes, and Cole Stokes replaces him. Cole Stokes has the black sleeves, Tanner Stokes a little bit smaller and has the white sleeves. And give to Cole Stokes right up the middle. He's pulled backwards, but not until he gains 2 of the 3 yards.
Number 21, Cole Stokes on the carry. Shot by number 45, Jonathan Perry.
3rd down and a yard. Jonathan Perry with the tackle. Mapungi comes in to play corner. Coach Hausner told us before the game he'd probably see him a lot more both ways than we usually do because of the speed that Mapungi has to deal with these speedy wide receivers. Tight formation. They're going to hand on the stretch off to Stokes. Tanner Stokes across the 20-yard line down to the 19. He's got 6 and a first down.
Number 1, Hannah Stokes on the carry. Brought down by number 34, Brennan Bittman. Getting 5 on the play.
One thing you can count on almost every year out here at Skyview, since Jim Walker has become their offensive line coach, is they have a serious offensive line here at Skyview. Up front, they know how to play ball. They're coached up well. Now a timeout being called by Pineview. Coach Hausner, he wants to try to rally the troops a little bit. The Bobcats punch it in down here and go up 14-0 in the first quarter. That could be some big trouble for the Panthers. Never mind, the Panthers score 39 a game. They're going up against a defense like they haven't seen all season. I think the two best defenses that I've seen this year right in 4A are right here in the Valley, Skyview and Mountain Crest. Skyview clearly the best defense I've seen in 4A because they have the size and the stoutness up front in that front seven, but also they have that side-to-side speed. Their defensive backs have range. Their linebackers can get both upfield and to the sidelines. I mean, they can do it all, and they're good tacklers. They've been coached up well to get people on the turf. You don't pick up a lot of cheap yards against the Skyview defense. Pineview's no slouch. Number 4 in 4A, only giving up 16 a game as Lundahl goes in motion. But they're in danger of giving up 14 in the first quarter. Here comes the blitz. Sidaway hangs in to the end zone. Mapungi is there to knock it away. Working against Falsliv, and that's the first incompletion for Sidaway. 2nd and 10.
Mason Falsliv is the receiver. On the defense, number 9, Justin Allen.
So now Falsliv goes to the other side. 3 receivers, far side. Dygert, the lone receiver, to the bottom of your screen. Sidaway's going to keep. Uses a block, takes a wallop on his upper thigh, but he got a great block by Tanner Stokes, and he picks up 9 yards, 3rd and 1.
Sidaway on the keeper. Brought down by number 20, Austin Peterson.
Skyview 2 for 2 in the early going on 3rd down. And this one 3rd and a yard. I would think that they're probably going to use 2 downs here if they need to. Kobe Wilson in the backfield. In fact, that's a different quarterback. I don't think that's Sidaway. It's Kobe Wilson leading Falsliv. Falsliv leans forward. Did he cross the 10? I don't think he got there. He needed a yard, he got half. It's 4th down. He reached the ball across the 10-yard line, but they bought him short of the 10. It's 4th and a half a yard.
No gain on the play, 4th and 1 for the Bobcats.
At 4th and a yard, and you run wide. Trying to catch Pineview, maybe pinching in. Now Sidaway's back in. Everybody tight. 0 splits. Stokes is pushing Sidaway's butt. He's tall enough. All he has to do is lean forward and fall forward, and he does. He picks up 2 because he's 2 yards tall. They had 0 splits, the line did that time. That meant they were foot to foot. No space in between them. And they just formed a wedge and drove forward, and Sidaway followed them. Now Coach Hausner is out. You can almost hear him all the way up here hollering about something. They called a timeout for him to come out nearly to the middle of the field to holler at Dave Christensen, the white hat. Dave Christensen, a long-time official. He's as good as it gets. I could hear him hollering, but not quite make out what he's hollering about. Something about sideline. And he's spending this entire timeout talking to the white hat. It's one of those timeouts in the first half. You know, you can't take them to the second half with you. As a coach, you're seeing something you don't like, you take the time to speak to the officials, and maybe you plant a seed that helps your team out a little bit later on. See something you're not liking. And the white hat went over to the sideline to talk to the official there. And now the white hat's going to go back to the Pineview head coach and report in. And whatever the official's telling him, Coach Hausner doesn't like the answer. Well, we'll see at halftime if we can sniff around a little, catch some of the coaching staff, see if we can find out maybe what that was all about. But
after the timeout, first and goal for the
they've got that all squared away, at least for now, and the Bobcats have first and goal at the 8. As Tanner Stokes is the lone back with Sidaway. Sidaway looking the other way, they coming on the inside screen. Good block on the outside, but good defense to bottle that one up for a minimal gain.
Complete, number 12, Mason Falsworth. Brought down by number 9, Justin Allen.
Falsworth picks up a yard.
Second and goal from the 7-yard line.
And I think that was Mapungi that pulled him down. It was. Mapungi's over on the far side now. He was near side earlier. And they've got Falsliv on the inside. There to the left. They're going to hand to Stokes up the middle. Nothing. And a bunch of Panthers taking him to the ground. Pushing him back. He gains 0. In fact, he's going to lose yardage.
Loss of 2 on the play.
Loss of 2. So now it's third down.
Third and goal at the 9-yard line.
At the 9. Sidaway is 6 of 7 on the night, 47 yards and a touchdown. Skyview leads 7-0. This is their second possession. Third and goal at the 9. 1:10 to play here in the first quarter. Sidaway leaks out of the pocket, gets out of trouble, throws underneath short, and it'll be fourth down. See if Cole Stokes comes on for a field goal. And you've got to think for Pineview to hold Skyview to a possible field goal attempt, that would be a win. Let's see what they do, because Sidaway's going to stay out there, and Stokes is nowhere to be seen. In fact, Cole Stokes is clear down on the far left side of this sideline, and not anywhere near the coaches. Now he's back there. 4th and 9. They're 1 for 1 on 4th down. Throwing to the slant, short of the goal line. Does he get in? Yes! They spread it out. The space was there, and Falsliv has his second touchdown of the quarter.
On for the PAT, number 83, Jorge Patino.
Falsliv 4 catches, 51 yards, 2 touchdowns. And something must be wrong with Cole Stokes, because this is a different kicker. 14-0 as the PAT is good. You're watching the state quarterfinals 4A edition on the Game of the Week.
Billy Goat Ruffians, Seen it, covered it. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Give us a call at 752-9493. You'll be glad you did.
Back at Skyview High School, 57 seconds to play in the first quarter, and Skyview's taken a 14-0 lead, 2 touchdown receptions by Mason Falslev. I'm thinking about Cole Stokes because he's the usual kicker on the PATs, and Jorge Patina kicked the PAT, and he's set to kick it off now. Stokes has played here in this first quarter, but sparingly. He's carried it 3 times. Tanner Stokes has seen more time. Patina's kick high and short, fielded at the 5-yard line. Heading for the far sideline is Moten. Moten looking for an opening as he stays alive out near the 25.
Number 3, Moten on the return. Pushed out of bounds by number 3, Duncan McCray. Number 24, Ryder Lundahl.
McCray and Lundahl haul him down, and here comes that Pineview offense now in a 14-0 hole. Mapungi is the piston that drives the Pineview machine. On their first possession, they were able to seize that piston up. He's got it now as he bounces to the outside. Good blocking as he's upended, but not until after he crosses the 30. And a 9-yard run by Mapungi.
And number 6, Mapungi. Struck down by number 6, Damon Dubon. Gain of 8 on the play. 2nd and 2 for the Panthers.
They move it back a little, ends up being a gain of 8, so 2nd down and 2. And Mapungi in the backfield with Brown. They're going to give it to him again on the counter, looking for the far edge, and he's caught from behind and tackled for a loss. A big loss. Now it's going to be 3rd down and about 6 as he lost 4. Kobe Wilson with the tackle.
Loss of 4 on the play.
Wilson is the leader in tackles and sacks for this team. End of the first quarter, 14-0, Bobcats. Back at Skyview High School, Eric Olson with you here on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel, the 4A quarterfinals. Pineview with 3rd down and 6, trailing 14-0 as we start the second period. Mapungi in the backfield. He's going to stay in and block. Brown in trouble. Brown hauled down, sacked, and a loss of 7.
Brown on the keeper. Brought down by number 7, Andrew Dean.
Andrew Dean with the sack.
Loss of 5 on the play. Brings up 4th and 10 for the Panthers.
And the Panthers will have to punt again. 3 and out for the second time for this offense that averages nearly 40 points per game. It's a short punt last time. Tanner Stokes is back there along with one other Bobcat as Von Dinklage gets run into. They didn't throw the flag, and Tanner Stokes at the 49. Another short field for the Bobcats. So Skyview leads 14-0, and they've got a short field again, 51 yards to the end zone.
Fair catch by Stokes. 1st and 10 for the Bobcats, starting at the 49-yard line.
Tanner Stokes in the backfield, 4 wide receivers. And they're going to look underneath and the pitch back to Stokes on the hook and ladder. Pineview able to limit the damage, but it's still a first down. And a gain of 12.
Gain of 11 on play. That results in the Skyview.
So Falslev picks up 4. Then pitches it to Stokes for 7 more. And that's a run. Sidaway on the RPO, run pass option, and a loss. Nice job by Pineview. A flag comes in late. I think Skyview may have executed an illegal block. It's Mapungi that was injured. They don't want to lose him. He may have been hit in the back as he was heading toward make the tackle, and that's the call. First penalty of the game goes against the Bobcats.
Blocking back against the Bobcats.
And it's a big one. So now it'll be first down and a little bit more than it was before. First down and about 18. Sidaway, lots of time, over the middle, overthrows everybody. Sidaway had time back there to look at all his options. Only his second incompletion.
Number 17, Jake Diver, intended receiver. Second and 17 for the Bobcats.
Second and 18. And the clock's running. Falsev's going to have to hurry. Gets the snap off just in time. It wasn't Falsev that had to hurry, it's Sidaway that has to hurry, and another incomplete pass, and this time he ends up on his keister. Lundahl, the intended target, and now it's 3rd and 18. Skyview is 2 of 4 on 3rd downs. Both of those 3rd down failures were followed up by a successful 4th down try. Mapungi is back in the game. He's the corner here on the near side, going against Falslev. 3rd and 18, 14-0 with 10:23 to play in the first half. Skyview with the lead in the ball. Sidaway, lots of time. Pick, oh, it dropped. That one could have went back the other way for 6 as Brennan Bithell found it, stretched out and couldn't haul it in. Bithell would like that back. He had a lot of real estate down the west sideline. So 3 straight incompletions for Sidaway. He had time on all but one. And the Bobcats will punt for the first time. 10:18 to play in the half. Von Dinklage back to receive. He calls for the fair catch. It goes over his head and into the end zone.
Falsev's kick goes into the end zone. Touchback. First down.
So the Panthers will start at their own 20-yard line, trailing 14-0. It's been all Skyview, 2 possessions, 2 scores for the Bobcats. For Pineview, it's been 3 and out twice. Brown with Mapungi in the backfield. They're going to give it off to Mapungi. Mapungi works the edge, picks up about 4.
Number 6, William Mapungi. Getting 4 on the play, 2nd and 6 for the Panthers.
Mapungi 4 carries for 13 yards. Brown looks to the sideline. It's not there. He takes off and he's caught again. Another sack for the Skyview defense. Skyview's having their way up front.
Number 4, Kobe Wilson.
Kobe Wilson
Loss of 2 on the play.
with another sack.
Down and 8 for the Panthers.
And Brown is now at 3 carries for -6 yards with those 2 sacks. They rely on their run game. And it's 3rd down and 8. Brown's going to keep as he fakes the give to Mapungi. And there's nothing there. He loses 2.
Brown on the keeper.
He's reading that end. He figured the end was crashing down, so he kept, tried to get around the outside, and he was grabbed immediately. Tripped up as he got to the edge. Quarterback has to read that end. If he comes upfield, you can go ahead and give underneath. If he crashes down, you keep it. Another short kick, but this one not going to be fielded and ends up rolling and still rolling. Down to the 42-yard line. So Skyview will take over there, leading 14-0. 8:09 to play in the half, and the Bobcats in control here in Smithfield. Pineview has 5 yards of offense. $138 yards for Skyview. Four look now for the Pineview Panthers, and this time they catch Tanner Stokes for a loss.
Number 1, Tanner Stokes on carry.
He loses 4.
Brought down by number 8, Kadavine Domdinkovic. Loss of 4 on the play. 2nd and 14 for the Bobcats.
Now it looks like Cole Stokes in the ball game now, behind Sidaway. It is Cole Stokes. Sidaway looks underneath, and the ball knocked away and caught. It was knocked away from the intended receiver and caught on the ground by Dershinsky, and they're going to say no catch. He was laying on the ground. It fell right into his chest. It was a defensive hold, it looked like. There is a flag on the field, and it is on Pineview. But Dershinsky was laying on the ground. It looked like the ball fell right in his chest, and they called it incomplete. I'm not sure the official saw that. He was looking at the initial hit and where he threw the flag at. I don't think anybody with a stripe on actually saw the catch. So it actually, you know, you're going to want to take the penalty anyway. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty, and you're better off taking that than the catch, and you don't add it to the catch. For Pineview, their first penalty of the game. We're even and 1 penalty apiece. Now they're talking to the coaches on the far sideline. We had a really good look at it where we were, right down in front of us, and the defender had a hold of the intended receiver's jersey, had a handful of it. It was stretched out there, and it was an easy call. 2nd and 1 after the penalty. Here's the pitch back to Stokes, and he's submarine for a loss.
Number 1, Thomas Stokes on the option, brought down by number 9.
That looked like Jashawn Allen making the stop. And a big loss. He loses 5 to Stokes. Stokes' last 2 carries have gone for -9 yards. So now it's 3rd and 6. Two of 5 on 3rd downs. Fake the inside give. Sidaway with a lot of time. Going up top. Catch made. It's Mason Falsliff out of the 12-yard line. 42 yards, and Falsliff is having himself a game. He's at 95 yards receiving. And it's a first down at the Pineview 12-yard line with 6 minutes to play in the first half. Skyview already leading 14-0. Linebackers coming up those A gaps as they hand off to Stokes, and Stokes may have lost a yard.
31, Cole Stokes on carry.
He did lose a yard.
Loss of 1 on the play. 2nd and 11 for the Bobcats.
The last 4 running plays for Skyview have gone -4, -5, -2, -1. So Pineview is not letting the Skyview running game get going. But Sidaway has 102 yards passing. They're creeping up again for those A gaps. Fake the give inside underneath. Wide open is Dean, and he walks in. They sold out for that run. And it's a 13-yard touchdown pass to Andrew Dean.
Into the PAT, number 83, Jorge Patino.
Patino in there for the PAT. Timing was a little off, but the ball's down and through the uprights for a 21-0 Skyview lead. 5:22 to play in the half.
Only Wendy's can make the Baconator, because while some other guys use frozen beef from far away,
That's 9,429 miles away.
Wendy's only uses fresh beef from ranches close by,
so we don't have to freeze it.
Then add 6 strips of bacon, cooked fresh in an oven, never a microwave, tossed with plenty of cheese, without a single veggie to get in the way.
Aww. Proving once and for all
that only Wendy's has the bacon and the Ater to make the Baconator.
Well, the Skyview fans loving what's going on here as they lead 21-0 with 5:22 to play in the first half. The Skyview student body during the break started chanting, "It's all over."
On the kick for the Bobcats,
I'm not so sure. Pineview averages 40 points a game. They can put points up, and they can put them up in a hurry. But right now, Skyview is in control. This one's returnable. Taken at the 1-yard line. Moten working his way across the 25 up to about the 27-yard line. That's the best starting field position of the day for Pineview.
First and 10 for the Panthers, starting at the 27.
Pineview leads in this series all time against Skyview, but this is only their second meeting. Pineview won their first meeting in 2007 in the quarterfinal game, 55-24. Skyview looking to even up the score. Here's Mapungi out racing a man to the edge. You don't do that against this Skyview defense very often, and he picks up positive yards.
And up to number 6, Lane Mapungi. Brought down by number 6, Jimmy Dubon.
He picks up 7.
Gain of 7 on the play, second and 3 for the Panthers.
5 carries, 20 yards from Mapungi. He averages 7.2 yards a carry coming into this ball game. 1,366 yards on the season. 4.5 to play in a 21-0 ball game. Skyview leading. That's 4.5 before halftime. Brown underneath. Moulton with a nice grab. Steps out of bounds at the 40-yard line. A pickup of 6, 7. They give him up to the 41. That's the first completed pass for Brown.
Forced out of bounds for number 3, Benjamin McCray. Gain of 5 on the play. Results in the first down for the Panthers.
The Panthers looking to get something, anything going before the half. They will get the ball to start the second half. Brown's going to keep it. Brown hauled down after a gain of 3.
Brown on the keeper. Brought down by number 4, Cody Wilson. Gain of 3 on the play. Second and 7. Big Panthers.
Brown. Ball's tipped up and out of bounds.
Brown's pass ball incomplete.
He was looking for Hunter Moore. And it'll be 3rd down and 6.
On the defense.
Pineview number 2 out of Region 9. Dixie, the number 1 team out of Region 9. A lot of people think Dixie is the number 1 team in the state, the team to beat in 4A. A lot of people here in the northern end of Cache Valley have a different opinion. Brown looking over the middle. Mapungi breaks free and he overthrows him. Mapungi broken free from the defense and Brown overthrew it. And a little bit of a pop between Mapungi and a defensive back out there after the ball went incomplete. Skyview fans didn't like that. No flag in the 3rd. 3 and out for Pineview every possession. Actually, that one did gain a first down. I take that back. High kick fielded back at the 25-yard line. And for the first time in a long time, the Bobcats will start inside their own 40. 3 of their possessions have been near midfield where they've started. Their first possession of the game started at their own 20. 3:36 on the clock, 21 points for Skyview, none for Pineview. Give to Tanner Stokes. Stokes had a little bit of a running lane, but Bithell pulls him down, and he jumps up, trying to get his defense fired up. He's easy to spot out there, Bithell, with his long hair, the flowing locks. Gain of 4 for Stokes. He had a chance at an interception earlier, couldn't quite haul in. It might have gone for 6 the other way. I wonder how that might have changed this first half for Pineview. As it is, Skyview is dominated. Sidaway's going to keep RPO. They can't get him down, but finally do. And it's Bithell again. A 2-yard loss.
Sidaway on the keeper. Brought down the number 34, Brendan Bithell. Lost one on play.
Third down.
For the Bobcats.
Skyview's had a problem here in this half. It's been third down conversions. They're 3 of 6, 50% not bad. And 2 of the third down conversions that they were unsuccessful at, they were able to convert on 4th down. 3rd and 7. Clock runs with 2 minutes to play in the half. Falsiv goes in motion, and the Bobcats took too much time. Only the second penalty of the half on Skyview.
5-yard penalty.
So it'll be 3rd and 12.
Brings up 3rd and 12 for the Bobcats.
There's been a couple of times the Bobcats have taken a long time getting the play in. They've gotten the snap off just in the nick of time. With a 21-point lead, I don't think they're in any hurry to run that clock. Sending some pressure on the edges. Underneath goes Sidaway. He's going to be short of the first down. It's completed to Lundahl.
Sidaway pass complete. Number 24, Roddy Lundahl. Gain of 10 on the play.
Picks up 10 yards, and it'll be 4th down and 2. Lundahl's second catch.
Back deep for the Panthers. Number 3, Michael Moten.
Moten
Back to punt for Bobcats in the 12.
sets up camp at his own 33-yard line. And the Bobcats let the clock run. Get this one off at about 1:20. High kick that kind of dies, hits at about the 35 and bounds north to the 32. And that's where Pineview will take over with 1:10 to play in the half. Skyview leading 21-0
down on the 32-yard line
on a gray afternoon here in Smithfield. The state 4A quarterfinals. Bobcats looking to move on to the semis at Rice Eccles. Pineview looking to have something to say about it. A bunch formation to the near side. Mapungi's going to go in motion. They've got him inside. Brown's flushed out of the pocket. He has no chance to find somebody downfield. And Brown with a nice run from the 32 all the way out to the 49-yard line. 17 yards.
Number 19,
and that is the best play of the night for the Panthers. 6 carries, 12 yards for Brown. He was in the negative territory before that one. 1 minute to play in the half. Mapungi collared, gets out of it, not for long. Kobe Wilson slings him down. Stansbury's leading Ridgeline 21-7 in the second quarter. Orem leads Desert Hills 6-3. Mountain Crest and Dixie don't kick off for another hour. This has been a fast-moving first half. We're going to get this first half finished in less than an hour. It's every football widow's dream. 2nd down and 8. Brown in trouble. Brown gets out, but now goes down. Big sack for the Bobcats, their 3rd of the half. 14-yard loss for Brown. And that's going to be the end of the half. A nightmare first half for Pineview. As the Bobcats, now wait, the officials aren't letting the teams go to the half yet. Pineview called a timeout.
Correction.
Pineview called a timeout. They're not letting them go to the half yet. Both teams were getting ready to leave the field, but Pineview had called a timeout with 1 second on the clock as their last timeout of the half. Brown is 26 of 48, 492 yards on the season as a passer, 6 touchdowns and 1 interception. So between the two quarterbacks, they've only put the ball in the air about 160 times. So they don't throw the ball much. You know, in 10 games, if you put the ball in the air 16 times a game, they've relied on their running game. As well they should. Mapungi averages 7.2 per carry. Brown's, he has 1,366 yards. Brown averages 9 a carry and has 804 yards on the season. So you've got over 2,100 yards rushing between those two players, and they've got 20 yards at the half. Mapungi's on the outside. 4-man almost to the goal line for Skyview. They look underneath and overthrow Mapungi. Wanted to get him in space. He hasn't been able to get in space here tonight. And now it's halftime, 21-0. Skyview shutting out the top-ranked offense in 4A through one half of play. You're watching the Game of the Week.
That's why I don't like gyms.
Well, Megan, we're not a gym. We're Planet Fitness.
No gym intimidation, no lunks, clean and spacious. Just $10 a month. We're not a gym. We're Planet Fitness.
Hi, I'm Sydney Barlow, and I'm a forward on the Skyview girls soccer team. I'm honored to be a Wendy's All-Star. Go Bobcats! Hi, I am Kylie Griffin. I am a forward on the Skyview girls soccer team. I am honored to be a Wendy's All-Star. Go Bobcats!
You have to be one with your mind, and your mind has to be one with your body while you're doing any kind of feat. I see the hurdles in front of me. I'm like, Felicia, this is what you got to get over. Here's a certain thing you have to do to conquer your goals today.
I don't know if the girl can sit still. I don't know if she sleeps at night.
You have to put mind over matter. So even though my body's aching right now, tomorrow my mind's gonna be like, you can do this, what's next? My sister and I, it's a passionate relationship. We go hard.
Felicia plays for Drinker harder than she will play anybody else.
It builds me up to where I want to be.
My father started us in tennis, he started us in track, and he even started my love for learning. He helped push it forward. He was killed when I was 9 years old. It's been 8 years and it still hurts. When he died, it was a void that can't be filled. The lessons he instilled in me, I wanted to push past all the obstacles, the barriers in my way. I want to let him live on through me, let his lessons live on through me.
She doesn't let her circumstances define her, and she never has. She doesn't have to tell you that, she shows you that.
It's very important to be part of something that's bigger than you. I'm the president for the NAACP. We try to mend racial tensions in our world. We try to encourage civic awareness. My ancestors before me have done so much for me. They've done the race, and they've passed the baton. I have to continue that race for them. There's still work to be done.
Wendy's Spicy Sriracha Chicken Sandwich for a limited time.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital. Together, we're greater. Lewiston State Bank, strong and vibrant for over a century. Cache Valley Electric, a tradition of excellence since 1915. New Smile Dental, experience dental care. Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you've been missing. LSS Insurance, Bob Larson, personalized insurance coverage for your family and business. The Book Table, your family store for books, music, toys, art, and much more. Planet Fitness of Logan, no gym intimidation and only $10 a month. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station for over 25 years.
Back at Skyview High School, getting set for the second half. Eric Olson along with you here on the Valley Channel, the 4A quarterfinals, and a couple of teams with a whole lot of offense and a couple of teams that are pretty good at defense, and it's been all Skyview here in this first half. It was 21-0. It's 21-0 here at the half, and Pineview just couldn't get anything going. They were able to kind of get some things rolling there toward the end of the half, but Skyview was back in kind of a prevent type look, and Pineview was getting everything underneath and getting a little bit of extra yardage that way. For Pineview, you know, they came in last night, stayed overnight. That's too long of a drive to have these kids ride in a bus all the way up here and then expect to get the energy going to play a football game. But Pineview, 20 yards rushing, 7 yards passing, 27 total yards so far this afternoon. 70 yards on the ground for Skyview, so the Pineview defense has bottled up the Skyview running game to some extent. 125 through the air, the 195 total yards. So Skyview with 21 points, not a ton of yards, but you know, that's on pace for almost 400, and they've been working with a short field much of the first half. See what Pineview can do with the first possession here of the second half. If it's a short possession and they have to turn it back over to Skyview, it could mean this afternoon may be just about done. Tino's kick fielded at the 10-yard line. Stopping and starting is Moten as he looks for an opening. He's going to be stopped just short of the 30. There's been a couple of situations in this ball game where players from each team pretty juiced up and kind of going after each other. A little bit of extra going on here. So, but I've also seen a couple of players from each team act like they know kids from the other team. You know, these guys go to camps throughout the summer and throughout their careers, especially getting to be juniors and seniors. They go to different football camps and they get to know kids from all over the state. Mapungi with 22 yards. They've held him in check. 22 yards on only 6 carries. And Brown is going to carry the ball. He follows Mapungi through the gap, and he's got 8 yards.
Down on the keeper. Brought down by number 52, Jackson Bird.
Brown, that's his 8th carry. He's got 6 yards. He's been sacked 3 times, where he's been back to throw the football, and he's been hauled down, and he's lost yardage on a couple of design runs. 2nd and 1. They're going to do the same play, other side. Similar result, 6 yards instead of 8. First down.
Brown on the keeper. Gain 6 on the play. Results in a Panther first down.
Pineview at least early here on this possession, looking like they're going to just go back to basics. Try to reestablish themselves up front. Skyview bringing in a little bit more beef. Bamey comes in to play the nose. And Mapungi gets the give and picks up a yard. We saw him against Green Canyon. I went back to see if I still had the old stat sheets from that game, but they got wet couldn't read his line on that, but he had a big night that night. I remember he was impressive. He's been impressive all season long. 2nd and 9. 8 guys up in the box as Mapungi races for the corner. He turns the corner and picks up about 6. It's going to be 3rd and short.
Mapungi on the carry, brought down by number 7, Andrew Dean, and number 24, Ryder Lundahl.
That's what's so impressive about this Skyview defense, though. It's why I think they have got to be the favorite. Now, granted, I haven't seen Dixie live, but I've seen almost every other team in this field live, and Skyview stands out to me as the best team in 4A in all phases of the game. Still a half to play, but they lead right now 21-0. This is going to be close. Brown looks like he was stopped just shy of the first down on 3rd and 3. He picked up 2 3/4.
Brown on the keeper. Brought down by number 56, Carson Damey.
0 of 5 on 3rd downs for Pineview. You're down 21. You just started the second half. You're less than the ball length away from a first down. Do you go for it? I think you probably do. You probably get your quarterback up under center and you go for it. But you're staring across the line at the biggest kid on the Skyview team, Carson Bamey, number 56. He's 6'5", and I'll bet you he weighs 280 pounds. Boy, they may have gotten a first down. He got it. He got it. They initially told him they were short. They asked for a measurement and got it. It's a first down. Their first 3rd down conversion of the game. So Pineview in Skyview territory, and this is a new spot for them. 9:38 to play in the 3rd. Pineview with the first possession of the second half trails 21-0. But they're getting something going here. Brown's got the edge. Look out. Inside the 30, pulling away and down inside the 10-yard line as he's finally caught.
Brown on the keeper. Brought down by number 3, Duncan McCray.
39 yards for Dallin Brown. 11 carries, 53 yards now for Brown. That time he got everybody inside and was able to get the edge. McCray finally hauled him down, but it's 1st and goal at the 7. Mapungi's in the backfield. Moten split left. Brown's going to keep it. Tries the middle. He's cut down at the 5, a 2-yard gain.
Brown on the keeper. Brought down by number 2, Logan Karen.
Logan Karen with the tackle.
2nd and goal from 5 for the Panthers.
2nd and goal for Pineview. A touchdown, almost a necessity here, trailing 21-0. I think you're in 4-down territory. They give to Mapungi, nothing there, comes back the other way, picks up a block or two, racing for the pylon on the edge, he makes a move, and he gets in for the score. He ran 40 yards to gain 5, and he puts Pineview on the board.
Results in a Panther touchdown.
So the Panthers get on the board with a nice opening drive on the first possession of this second half.
In for the PAT.
Took 3 minutes and 35 seconds, and Brooksby, the lefty, on for the PAT. Kick's good, 21-7. Pineview still breathing.
They would tell me something and I'd say, huh? And then they'd tell me again and I'd say, huh? And they'd say, never mind. And so I called and made an appointment.
Say the word pass.
He's a PhD and I know what it takes to get a PhD.
Say the word red.
It was like night and day. And then the hearing test was the thing that I thought, wow, he really knows what he's doing. I would recommend Dr. Daines to anybody, everybody.
Not much went right for the Pineview Panthers in the first half, but to start this second half, that was a good-looking drive, and it's 21-7, Skyview. See if Brooksby kicks this one away. It's a little early for an onside kick. You wouldn't want to try one and fail and have a short field. He does kick it away. Christensen watches it sail out of the back of the end zone. Brooksby, one of the top kickers in the state.
Kick goes out of the end zone. Touchback.
Big leg.
And
the Bobcats will start at their own 20-yard line, leading by 14, 21-7. They scored on 3 of 5 first half possessions. Neither team has turned the ball over. And there's only been 3 penalties in the ball game so far. See what the Bobcats dial up here to start this second half. Sidaway's going to keep looking for the edge. He's got it. And a pretty good gain. Picks up about 6. That's actually, that was Falslev in at quarterback. Now Sidaway comes off the sideline as Falslev was in at quarterback. Picked up 7. They've run that look a couple of times here in this ball game. That was their best gain on that play. Skyview doesn't huddle up, but they don't really hurry up. They took most of the clock. Sidaway cuts it back inside. He's got himself a first down. He's got 8.
Falslev on the carry. Brought down by number 11.
That might have been Falslev again. It looked like they were bringing Sidaway back in. No, it's still Falslev at quarterback. Sidaway started to come in, and then I looked down at my score sheet. He must have turned around and went back out. Because it's Falslev in at quarterback. Trying to establish a running game and limit possessions. Don't want to get that Pineview offense rolling. Falslev picks up 4. Now Sidaway out onto the field. Falslev puts on his gloves and lines up at a receiver here on the near side. Skyview with a 2nd down and 6 at their own 39-yard line. Linebackers creeping up. Here come 2 of them. Sidaway gets out of trouble. Now he's sacked. Marley now stayed with him, and it's a 7-yard loss, and it's 3rd and long.
Here's 3rd and 12 for the Bobcats.
So the Bobcats 3 of 7 on 3rd down. This is their 8th opportunity. 3rd and 12 at their own 33-yard line. Lots of time. Now stepping up. Sidaway off his back foot has a man wide open out near midfield, and a first down for the Bobcats. 18 yards. Jasinski with the grab.
Brought down by number 8, London Linkage.
So a huge 3rd down conversion. If Pineview would have stopped Skyview there and been able to get the ball back, who knows? Three-man front for the Panthers. on that 5-3 look, bringing the outside backers off the edge, and they make the play. They both met at the quarterback, and Sidaway loses a yard on a run.
Brought down by number 20, Austin Peterson. Lost a 1 on play. 2nd and 11 for the Bobcats.
70 yards rushing in that first half. Pineview just about offsides. Now I'm not sure if Sidaway was looking for the little in pattern or the out pattern by Stokes. He kind of threw it between them. The receiver running that little slant got knocked off the pattern. That was Dygert. Dygert's been quiet tonight. No catches for him. 6 different receivers have caught a pass. It's 3rd and 11, right at midfield. Here comes pressure off the edge. They got him. Sidaway loses 6. Second sack of the night, both of them on this possession. 4th down and 15, and Skyview's going to have to punt. They still lead 21-7. There's 4 minutes to play in the 3rd, but you get the feeling that Pineview's gaining a little confidence. They scored on their first offensive possession. They just held the Bobcats on their first defensive try. Kicking it right to Moten. Moten back at his 15-yard line. Gets out of 1 tackle. Out to the 25, and that's it. Kobe Wilson doesn't miss many tackles. He didn't miss that one. And the Panthers will take over at the 25. It's cat fight in Smithfield. Panthers against Bobcats.
Moten on the return. First and 10 for the Panthers, starting at the 25-yard line.
In that first half, Pineview had 20 yards rushing. Now they have 89. Here's Brown. He had a big run to start the second half. He gets away and scoots out to about the 30-yard line. He picked up 10. Brown at the half had -2 yards. He's had 6 carries here in the second half. 6 carries for 67 yards in the second half. So he's at 65 yards for the game. Averaging 10+ per carry. The big one, a 39-yarder that put him in scoring position to get him on the board. Now it's 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. And Mapungi's going to take this one. Nowhere for him to go. They have keyed in on Mapungi and haven't let him get started. Bridger Barney ate him up. A loss of 6. Mapungi has 28 yards on 10 carries, 7.2 yards per carry on the season. We've mentioned it before. He's averaging 2.8 tonight. Second and 16. Brown's going to keep. Brown in trouble. Nowhere to go. Famey was in there along with a couple of other Bobcats, including Kobe Wilson. No gain for Brown. They've run and they've run. Skyview is selling out against the run. Now let's see if they go up top. Keep your eyes on Moten, number 3. He's split wide to the left. That's the top of your screen. He's not even in the huddle. He doesn't even know the play. They're not throwing it to him. Mapungi's in the backfield. Moulton's the only receiver. They are going to throw it to him. He's got to step on his man. It would be a heck of a catch. I think he hauled it in. He did. Unbelievable. "24 yards on 3rd down and long. Only the second completion of the night. He's got all 31 yards receiving for Pineview. A one-handed grab that was just unreal by Moulton. Right on the sideline. 3 yards from Mapungi. And Skyview, they don't want to give up the big one, a quick strike. Okay, let Pineview take 4, 5, 6 minutes off the clock. We've still got a 2-score lead, as the Bobcats thought. Of course, you don't want to let them in the end zone. Mapungi tries the left side, makes one man miss. Down to the 35-yard line. Pickup of 8.
Number 6, Mapungi on the carry. Brought down by number 4.
Skyview crowd around me starting to get a little bit nervous. As Pineview's offense starting to click a little bit. They scored on their last possession. They're at the Skyview 35 on this possession. 1:10 to play in the third. 21-7 Skyview. Brown's going to keep it. Brown with the read on that end. Takes it, picks up 5.
Brown and the keeper. Brought down by number 2, Logan Karen, and number 4, Kobe Witt. Gain 5 on the play. 2nd and 5.
2nd down and 5, 45 seconds left in the quarter, and the clock runs. Skyview's only touched the ball once in this third period, and it's just about over. Now Skyview wants a timeout. Coach Robinson went to the official called timeout. He wants to talk about this one. This is a crucial spot. If the Bobcats can get a stop here, that can really put the brakes on the Pineview comeback attempt. But Pineview keeps it going and punches it in. Even though Skyview would have the lead, it's anybody's ball game. Ray Hausner's 134. Well, since 2001 here at Pineview, 134 and 51. You talk about a winning tradition. 6 straight years in the playoffs. This is the 7th straight year for Skyview. Second and 5. Brown's going to throw, and it's off the hands of Moulton. Now it's 3rd and 5. Brown's only 2 of 5. They haven't gone up top much. They rely on that run game, and they have been effective in the run all season long. It's been tougher sledding for them here tonight. 109 yards on the ground now after only 20 at the half. Mapungi with the give right up the middle. Mapungi still on his feet. Down inside the 10-yard line. 23 yards.
Results in the Panther first down. First and goal from the 7-yard line.
And just like that, he's up to 62 yards on 13 carries. Pineview to the line quickly. Brown's going to keep it. He's got the edge, and the corner comes up and can't make the play. We're tied. No, we're not tied. We're 1 score away from a tie. with 6.9 to play in the third. Pineview, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. We're an extra point away from a 7-point game.
Number 14, Connor Brooksby, onto the PAT.
Brooksby for the PAT. Brooksby's kick is up and good. It's 21-14 in Smithfield. The Bobcats getting nervous.
When I finally got tired of playing through knee pain, I went to a surgeon I'd heard good things about. Best choice I ever made. My doctor was great, but so was the hospital. They presented me with all of my options, and they took time to help me make decisions. That's the way it should be. That's what led to this moment. And that look on Phil's face.
Before your moment of truth, choose a health plan that partners with the Mountain Star Healthcare Network.
Not bigger, just better.
21-14. Skyview still leads, but Pineview scored on their first 2 possessions of this second half. So things getting just a little bit, people were getting a little bit anxious here in Smithfield. And a lot of confidence now on that Pineview sideline. They couldn't do anything right in that first half. It wasn't that they were making mistakes, it's just that Skyview was outplaying them. Here's Tanner Stokes. Up the middle, look out. Still on his feet! They catch him inside the 10, but that returns just what the doctor ordered for the Bobcats. Fans were getting nervous. Tanner Stokes wasn't. What's the saying? Nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs? Well, Bobcats have short tails. That's the end of the third quarter. And it ends on a huge play for the Bobcats, a much-needed boost of confidence. Let's see if they can punch it in and give themselves some breathing room when we come back.
Billy Goat Ruffians. Seen it, covered it. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Give us a call at 752-9493. You'll be glad you did.
Back at Skyview High School, Pineview owned the third quarter, 14 points. And got themselves back into this ball game at 21-14. But then they kicked off to Tanner Stokes. And Tanner Stokes has had a nice game tonight for the Bobcats. He returned it all the way to the Pineview 6-yard line. And what's most surprising to me is that they actually caught him. Not many people will catch Tanner Stokes. Here's the give to Cole Stokes, and he loses yardage.
Stokes on the carry. Number 20, Austin Peterson.
He loses 2. Cole Stokes, it's not been his night. 5 carries, 2 yards.
Second and goal from the 9-yard line.
Now they're making some personnel changes. Dean was coming off, he's going to stay in. Sidaway has Tanner Stokes behind him. He's got Falsliv to the right. He's going to fake the give. He's rolling Falsliv's way. Back to the middle, wide open. Touchdown, Skyview. See who it was.
Sidaway pass is complete to number 4, Kobe Wilson.
It was Kobe Wilson.
Touchdown.
Four touchdown passes for Sidaway, 147 yards, 12 of 16. The point after is no good. Oh, that looked good from here, but the guys closest say no good, 27-14. Skyview with 11 minutes and 14 seconds to play. .14 to play in the ball game, and the Bobcats needed an answer, and they got one. Tanner Stokes with the long kickoff return set them up on a goal to go, and on second down from the 4-yard line, Sidaway hits Wilson for the 4-yard touchdown. And the Bobcats, even though the PAT was no good, are back out front 2 scores. Here's Moten looking for a long return of his own. Gets by defenders, out near the 40, still on his feet. He's across midfield and finally run out of bounds. All that defense in the first half, and it's a track meet here in the second.
Number 3, Moten on the return. Push on down for number 8.
See what adjustments the Bobcats make.
First and 10 for the Panthers.
And the Panthers start at the Bobcat 37-yard line with a short field. I would imagine they're going to try to run the ball, which is what's worked for them here in the second half and all year long. Here's the quick give to Mapungi. Tries the right side, not much.
Played by number 6, Mapungi. Push out of bounds on number 4.
Picked up a yard.
Gain of 1 on the play. 2nd and 9 for the Panthers.
Second and 9, the clock stops as he stepped out of bounds. 10:37 to play in the ball game. 27-14 Skyview. Said earlier, I think Skyview's the favorite in 4A. They are solid in all 3 phases. Pineview is the #1 offense in 4A, and it's starting to show now. And they've got a good defense as well. Number 4 defense, the mirror image of Skyview. Skyview the #1 defense and the #4 offense. And the head official was over on that Pineview sideline for a moment, and then he comes to see the back judge and has a chat with him, and they're going to change the clock. 10:47? Or 10:37. Did the clock really run long? Yeah, 10:47. They put 14 seconds back on the clock, so the clock must not have stopped right when Mapungi went out of bounds. 2nd and 9. Brown's going to keep it. Brown collared down. He was tackled up high, but he wasn't grabbed from behind and up high. He was kind of grabbed around the neck. That's not a horse collar unless you grab under the pads from the neck from behind. 1 yard for Brown, 3rd and 8. It was Kobe Wilson. Called his name plenty tonight. At one point this season, he was the tackle, sacks, and interception leader for the defense. He still leads in tackles. 6 sacks coming into this game. He's the leader there. And he's got 3 interceptions. That's second to Christensen. 3rd and 9. 3rd and 8. Give to Mapungi. Mapungi's got it. Ball's free, but he was down. Mapungi's got it and then some. He picked up 10. All those running lanes that weren't there in the first half are suddenly opening up. Not sure if Pineview's just executing better, Skyview's not executing as well, or if Pineview's made some changes on what they're doing. They're blocking things a little bit different. They're looking with some pretty tight splits as well. Brown's going to throw. Oh, he's got a lot of room to the right side. Down to the 15-yard line before he's walloped.
Brown on the carry.
He rolled forward for a couple of yards, and he picks up 10.
On the play. Results in a Panther first down.
First down at the Skyview 14. 9.5 to play in the game. A 13-point Skyview lead, but Pineview has not been stopped in this second half. Skyview hasn't been able to slow him down. Here's Mapungi again, right up the middle, to the end zone. He's down at the 1. Wow, right up the middle. He picks up 13. And he's up to 86 yards. At the half, he had 22 yards. He's got 86 now. Brown had -2 at the half. He's got 79 now. They've stopped the clock and stopped play. Now they're going to change the clock again. Man, they're spending plenty of time deciding how much time to put on the clock. 9:03. .907. So the Skyview defense was unreal in the first half. They only gave up 27 yards in the first half. 165 now. Brown's going to keep it. Follows Mapungi. He needed less than a yard, and he's got it. Touchdown, Pineview. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns for the Panthers.
Brown on the keeper. Results in a Panther touchdown.
Mapungi with a touchdown. Brown with a touchdown. And now the PAT. Skyview missed their last point after. Let's see if that comes back to haunt them. Brooksby's kick. Up and good. 8:55 to play in the ball game. 27-21. Skyview hanging on.
Brooksby's kick is good.
Only Wendy's can make the Baconator, because while some other guys use frozen beef from far away,
That's 9,429 miles away.
Wendy's only uses fresh beef from ranches close by,
so we don't have to freeze it.
Then add 6 strips of bacon, cooked fresh in an oven, never a microwave, tossed with plenty of cheese, without a single veggie to get in the way.
Aww. Proving once and for all
that only Wendy's has the bacon and the ater to make the Baconator.
Let's see how Pineview kicks this one. Now trailing by only 6. 8:55 to play. All the momentum seems to have made its way to that Pineview sideline. Earlier, I mentioned after the first score, it's too soon for an onside kick. Now might be a good time. Skyview hasn't stopped you yet. You onside it now, you maybe get the Bobcats reeling. They're going to kick it away. Brooksby with the big leg into the end zone. For the Skyview Bobcats, this may be their most important offensive possession of the season. They lead by 6. A missed PAT on their last score. And it's 27-21. Pineview's found their rhythm offensively. They've scored 3 straight times. Skyview's put 1 score on the board here in the second half. Sidaway finds Falslip. Falslip spinning, digging, grinding his way up to the 37-yard line, a gain of 17.
Sidaway's pass complete. Number 12, Mason Falslip. Getting 18 on the play. That results in the Skyview.
Falslip 112 yards and 2 touchdowns receiving on 7 catches. (14 of 18 for Sidaway, 164 yards and 4 touchdowns. But they've still got work to do. Holding on to a 6-point lead, everybody up. No high safety for Pineview. Double move. Falslip's got a step on Mapungi. The ball gets there. I think Falslip dropped it, but he was able to fall on it. Perfect pass by Sidaway.
Sidaway's pass complete, number 12, Mason Falslip. That results in another Skyview.
47, 46 yards. And even 200 yards for Sidaway. 158 for Falslip. And they'll start the clock as soon as they get the chains set. They haven't started them yet. Chains are set. What are you waiting for? Now, okay, it's running. They started it. And now Skyview will try to grind some time. It's Tanner Stokes. Didn't pick up much. That Pineview defense has been stout up the middle. A yard for Stokes. What looked like it might be a blowout's turned into a ball game. It's 27-21 with 7:15 to play in the game. Skyview holding on to a 6-point lead. They're at the Pineview 11. Gotta have points here. Sidaway's gonna keep. He's got his man underneath. He delivers and it bounces off the receiver's chest. His receiver started looking upfield before he hauled it in. Sidaway put it right on him. It was Lundahl, who's usually pretty sure-handed, but he was looking upfield before he hauled it in. 3rd and 9. Stokes has been the field goal kicker all year for Skyview. I'm not sure if he's got an injury or what, but tonight it's been Jorge Patino. He's missed 1 PAT. I don't know what kind of range he has as a field goal kicker. Can't take a sack. Sidaway gets rid of it. Touchdown! Tanner Stokes. Dynamite comes in a small package, and he's TNT. He's had a huge ball game. Big kick return, 44 yards rushing, a touchdown grab, and just making plays when they've needed him. Skyview's going to go for 2, and they may need him. 5 touchdowns for Sidaway. And the PAT attempt no good, and there's a late flag. Von Dinklage hopped up and kind of looked around like maybe he was afraid of that very thing, and the flag came late, but it came. So now Skyview will get another chance at 2.
Pass interference on the Panthers.
From a 1.5 yards out instead of 3 yards. It's 33-21 right now with 6:55 to play. Tight formation. They scored using this before, and Pineview's offsides. They used this formation earlier in the game. Actually, they went for it on 4th down, and Sidaway pushed forward behind his center and guard and just fell forward for 2 yards. They're less than 2 yards away now. They were at the 1.5. It's half the distance. They should be just inside the 1 now. 2 penalties on PATs. They are. They're just outside the 1. Quick snap. Sidaway surging forward. Let's see. No signal. He's got to try to keep surging forward. They're going to keep letting him push either way. I don't know how they're going to call that. He got it. The side judge saw the ball, made the call. 35-21 Skyview back out front, 2 scores.
And that's why I don't like gyms.
Well, Megan, we're not a gym. We're Planet Fitness.
No gym intimidation, no lunks, clean and spacious. Just $10 a month. We're not a gym, we're Planet Fitness.
Sidaway to Falsla for 46 yards was the key play on that possession. And the Bobcats answer when they need to, and they push it back out to a 2-score lead. Pineview about to get the ball back. And the Skyview defense hasn't been able to slow down the Pineview offense here in this second half. The running of Mapungi and Brown has been lethal here in this second half. This is the closest game Skyview's played since that thriller against Mountain Crest. Moten's going to take it. Moten up the far sideline, hurdles a defender, and he's across the 30. Out to about the 32. And there's a Pineview player down. And there's a flag out on the field too. For Pineview, they just helped one of their players off. It was Jovan Francis, the wide receiver. He didn't put any weight on his leg as he hopped off the field. There's a flag down out near midfield. And here's the call. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Pineview.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the Panthers.
Wow. That's a 15-yarder. That's their 4th penalty. Not a lot of penalties here tonight. 4 on Pineview. They've had 3 on the last 3 plays. 2 on the PAT attempt. I should say 3 penalties on the last 2 plays. Mapungi around the edge. Steps back inside and he's in the clear. Mapungi out across the 40-yard line.
Number 6, Mapungi on the carry. Stop by number 82, Tony Torres.
25 yards from Mapungi. He's over 100. 111. They had him bottled up, so it seemed, but here in this second half, he's run for almost 100 yards here in the second half. .625 as Moten goes in motion. The clock runs. Skyview by 2 scores. Mapungi getting to the edge again, running over people and picking up 10. Now he's at 100 yards in the second half. 201 yards on the ground. 179 of that here in the second half for Pineview as a team. Brown's going to keep. They keep working on that left side of that Skyview defense. And that's a win for the D, because that run was only about 3 yards. But he gets out of bounds and stops the clock.
2nd and 6 for the Panthers.
Pineview's outscored Skyview 21-14 in this second half. They're going to give it to Mapungi. He's going to try to bounce off this end, and he's wrapped up. Lundahl, no gain. Third down and 6. Moten and Bateman to this side, a receiver, 2 receivers to the far side of Mapungi in the backfield. Here come the Bobcats after Brown. He's going to loft it up there for Bateman, and it's knocked away. That's a good throw, but Lundahl was right there. Good defense, and it's 4th down. Pineview's going to have to go for it. 4th and 6. 5:12 to play in the ball game. The Panthers running out of chances. Huge 4th down on the Skyview 42, 4th and 6. They're going to keep it on the ground to Mapungi. He's not going to get there. Not many teams would run the football on 4th and 6, but not many teams have a runner like Mapungi. He's got 100 yards here in the second half. He needed 6. He got 5. And the Bobcat defense does just enough. Now the offense wants to hold on to the ball and run a little clock. Perry Christensen's calling the plays. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go up top, go for the throat right now. When everybody thinks they would run it, and now timeout for Skyview. When everybody in the stadium thinks they might run it to run some clock, you can just see Perry Christensen doing something like, yep, let's run all goes. And try to put this ball game on ice. He's been calling plays for a lot of years. A lot of wins under his belt, some championship rings, including back-to-back years at Logan High in '88 and '89. I believe he won one at Logan in '79 as well, if I'm remembering correctly. The wind hasn't been a factor tonight. The rain has pretty much stayed away. It's chilly. But overall, it's been a pretty good night for football. One high safety with 4 receivers. One in motion, it's Lundahl. They're just going to run it. Give it to Tanner Stokes, and down he goes. Christian Rice knifes in for the stop. No gain for Tanner Stokes. We didn't get an injury report on Cole Stokes before the game, but he's played very sparingly here tonight. He hasn't kicked the ball. He's usually their kicker. .425. Clock running. Sidaway, he's going to keep it. Sidaway picks up about 3.
Sidaway on the keeper, brought down by number 47, Dwayne Makahili.
It's either Dwayne Makahili or Marley Now. Both of them listed as 47.
37 for the Bobcats.
I think it may be Makahili. Both those players, sophomores. And they make the stop after a gain of 3 for Sidaway. Skyview only 4 of 10 on third down. And they have to call timeout again. They're trying to run as much clock as they can, but you don't want to run it and then call timeout.
Timeout, Bobcats.
It may be down to their last timeout. No, that was their last timeout. Pineview still has all 3 of theirs. Skyview leads 35-21. We're under 4 minutes to play. Stansbury's thumping Ridgeline 31-7. That one's in the 4th. Orem beating Desert Hills 34-3. That one almost to the 4th as well. Mountain Crest and Dixie just underway, and no score on that one. Third down and 7. They give it off to Stokes on the pitch. Stokes cuts it back inside. He picked up maybe a yard. And Pineview immediately calls timeout with 3:33 to go in the ball game.
On the carry. Stop by number 55, Otini Katoa. No gain on the play. 4th and 7 for the Bobcats.
4th and 7 for Skyview. Pineview calls their first timeout. 3:33 to play in this ball game. Skyview with a 2-score lead. Pineview has not punted in this second half. They've scored 3 touchdowns, and then they gave it over on downs a few minutes ago. But Skyview had to call back-to-back timeouts, and then Pineview called a timeout, and they were only able to run not even a minute off the clock on those 3 plays. Oh, Pineview was offsides. They didn't call it. They were lined up offsides. Good punt. It's rolling down inside the 5. It's going to be down to about the 3-yard line as Pineview had the block on. And it is down there at the 3, just outside the 3. 3:19 to play. Pineview's down 2 scores. They're 97 yards away from getting one of them. Brown and Mapungi have been unstoppable here in this second half. Here's Brown. He picks up 2.
Brought down by number 4, Cody Wilson, number 24, Riley Lindahl. No gain on play.
Under 3 minutes to play. And the clock, the friend of the Bobcats. Brown looking for a receiver. Now to Napungi. It's a backwards throw. He caught it in the end zone. He runs out to the sideline, and the clock runs.
Number 6, Napungi.
Now the official right there on the sideline kept the clock running. The white hat came over and stopped it. So he must have got out of bounds. It's a pickup of 3. 3rd down and 6. So they're still having some clock issues here with time. Now they get the clock ready. 3rd down and 6. Clock starts on the snap. Brown, lots of time underneath, has Moulton. He's got a 1st down. Hemmed in by a bunch of Bobcats. They haven't brought him down yet. He's out to the 25. 16 yards, and the clock stops to move the chains.
Brought down by number 4, Cody Wilson.
Moulton has 3 catches for 47 yards. Now Pineview's going to have to use another timeout.
Timeout, Pineview.
They got to get 2 scores. There's just over 2 minutes left. It was 2:35 when the ball was snapped on that last play, and they didn't see what it set to. And when they call timeout here, they change the clock to a countdown on that timeout. So we'll have to wait here and see exactly how much time is officially left in this ball game. It's a 2-score game, 35-21. Skyview, Pineview started at their own 3, and they're trying to make a miracle happen. 2:12 to play in the ball game. For Skyview, it's just don't give up something quick or easy. Brown steps up, runs, nothing. Picks up a couple.
Brown on the keeper, brought down by number 7, Andrew Dean. Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd and 8 for the Panthers.
.144 on the clock runs, 2nd and 8. And the passing game is not Pineview's specialty. Back across his body goes Brown, it's picked off. Skyview's heading for the semifinals.
Brown's pass is intercepted by number 24, Ronnie Gundar. Skyview football.
So they had Brown in trouble, and he committed the cardinal sin, throwing back against your body, against the grain, back to the middle of the field as a quarterback. That's a big no-no. And it was picked off by Skyview, the ball at the 36. 1 timeout for Pineview. See if they take it. It doesn't look like they're going to take it. Oh, they will. They waited. They waited. But then they took it. Pineview had it going in the second half. Whatever adjustments they made worked. 213 rushing yards on the game for Pineview. 263 yards total. For Skyview, .66 yards rushing, 204 yards passing. It's 270 total yards, 269 after that kneel down. They'll lose a couple of yards here in the last couple of plays as they kneel it down. But a pretty close game statistically, and a closer than it looks game on the scoreboard. Skyview was in control, 21-0 at the half. Pineview came out, pulled to within 6, 27-21. Skyview made plays when they needed to. Pineview will be riding home, maybe thinking about this, thinking about what if in that first half. If they had played the first half like the second half, this might have been a different ball game. As it was a heck of a ball game to watch. They'll have to snap it again at least one more time. Down to a minute left. They'll wait for the back judge to count before they even think about snapping it. Skyview will go on, and they'll be playing Orem at Rice Eccles next week in the semis. The winner of Dixie and Mountain Crest. Looks like they'll be playing Stansbury. Now the clock stops. Now they're going to turn the ball back over to Pineview because that was 4th down. So the ball goes back to Pineview. So the clock stops with 8 seconds left because that was 4th down and they took a knee. And really what probably should have happened is Sidaway maybe should have backed out and moved around a little bit, ran as much time as possible off, but that's a long time to run around. There's still 8 seconds left, and so the Skyview defense will have to be on the field for at least one more play. They're going to put 11 seconds on the clock. We've got a lot of clock adjustments today. Brown unloads, incomplete. And there's still time for another play. These kids all just want to celebrate, but there's a game to finish. There's still time on the clock. Coach Robinson's out there on the field telling them, hey, they got another play. For all intents and purposes, the game is over. It's a 2-score game with 4 seconds to play. But you still have to finish. Brown in trouble, gets out of it, he's going to run. Comes to the near sideline, and he's finally flung out of bounds by Christensen, and that's it. Skyview moves on to the semifinals against Orem next week at Rice Eccles Stadium as they defeat Pineview 35-21. We appreciate you joining us for the football season on the Valley Channel. Stay tuned to the Valley Channel later this month as basketball gets underway. You're watching, thank you for watching, the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital. Together, we're greater. Lewiston State Bank, strong and vibrant for over a century. Cache Valley Electric, a tradition of excellence since 1915. New Smile Dental, experience dental care. Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you've been missing. LSS Insurance, Bob Larson. Personalized insurance coverage for your family and business. The Book Table, your family store for books, music, toys, art, and much more. Planet Fitness of Logan. No gym intimidation and only $10 a month. Aspen Dental. Get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. The Logo Shop. We logo stuff. All kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station for over 25 years.
Bye.